So we're here today with three graduates of SAIS Bologna and two graduates of SAIS, overall SAIS, and one soon to be. Thank you, Patrick, Astrid, and Elan for coming and speaking to the Bologna Journal. My question is, what would you say to a candidate who's recently been admitted and is deciding what to do next year, or a candidate who will be hearing soon that they're admitted? What would you say to them about your experience in Bologna and why they might want to come? Patrick?
So I guess thinking back about it 3 years ago, it was a very big decision for me. I remember getting the email, and I was sitting beside a friend from Germany, and I was delighted, and he said, "Congratulations, how are you going to pay for this?" And that was a big debate I had with myself, and it was trying to work through that, because it's a very big decision. Spend 1 year here and then 1 year then in Washington DC. Looking at where I am now, I'm delighted I made it. It was a mix between the academic rigor of SAIS here in Bologna, which also infused some policy questions that you don't really get in many universities within Europe. And then bringing that to DC and being at the center of it all in Washington, where a lot of these big decisions are made. And while you're not a part of it, it certainly feels very, it certainly has an impression on you to be there and seeing global leaders coming in, hearing them talk in SAIS, hearing them talk in other institutions that are very available. I'm certainly delighted that I made this decision to take that lead.
Great. Astrid?
So my decision was made actually before I even put in my application, so I was very lucky I got accepted, because I had made the decision before. When I happened to stumble upon a university fair when I was living in Madrid, and I went table to table asking them, what they're looking for in terms of applications, and I came to the SAIS Bologna table, and I was told, although academic rigor is important, we're looking for people who are interested in what they do. And that's what brought me here, that's what made my decision, and that's what I appreciated being here, is that I learned as much from the professors as I did from my fellow students. I was among an amazingly international cohort of students from a variety of different backgrounds who could bring so much information and knowledge to debates that we'd have just in ordinary classes on a week-to-week basis. And then coupled with that, the whole European and American experience is very unique. You get the pleasure of living in Italy and having a European perspective brought into your studies in your first year, coupled then with being, as Patrick said, probably one of the international hubs in the world, especially for international relations students in the second year, and getting the American perspective. And so that is truly unique, and that combination is, as I said, what made the decision for me even before I'd written the application.
Great. Elan?
I guess for me, there were several things actually. Oddly enough, I didn't have a strong economics background, but the SAIS general emphasis on economics was quite appealing to me. I applied in just the worst part of the financial crisis, so wanting to get that sort of broader understanding. Italy was being dramatically affected by it, as was the rest of the world, but being able to be here and see how a lot of this played out was quite fascinating, sort of in a very straightforward and practical sense. And then I think there is a certain intimacy at the Bologna Center that I really, really valued. I mean, the closeness that I have with so many of my classmates, sort of to complement what Astrid said, there's the formality of the classroom and the discussion between students and professors, but then there's the informal dialogue that occurs outside the classroom, which happens in abundance, and I really, really value that. And I think the general international experience, I mean, it's, half your classmates, if not more, are, non-American, and it's such a stimulating experience to hear directly from people who are going through different experiences, who've had international jobs, what that presents. And I mean, I know for me also the transition going from Bologna to DC was just a really nice compliment, where you're going from, again, a very intimate personal environment to the sort of grandeur that DC provides. Was in a weird way, even though they're so distinct, they complement each other so well, and it just sort of holistically makes for a really, really unique experience, which I think is remarkable.
Great. Thanks, guys.